Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
Ben Fridge says, would you play as top tier to expose how flawed and unbalanced the game is? I think you're talking about Street Fighter 6. The truth is, I don't like top tier characters who are pure rushdown. I don't. I never really have. The only game where okay, there's 2 games where I did rushdown. Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I take that back in Super Turbo as well. So 3 games, Super Turbo, Marvel 1, Marvel 2. In Super Turbo, I played Balrog and Vega, who could be considered rushdown. And then in Marvel 1, I used Wolverine. And in Marvel 2, I used Magneto. All right? So those are the 3 games ever in really my fighting game runs in history where I've enjoyed the rushdown style of character. I just don't like it that much. I don't like the idea that you mindlessly throw offense and guess 50-50 to see if it hits, and if it doesn't hit, oh, you're just such a good character, it's safe anyway. That's literally Street Fighter 6 in a nutshell. The best characters can continuously attack you non-stop. Just a big flurry of attacks. And it's a guessing game. Do I block high or low here, or do I have to break a throw? Right? So it's basically 3 guesses you have to make. Now, there's variations that you could parry it or whatever, but basically you always have to be guessing. I don't like that. I like a game where you hit because you intended on hitting. Oh, I actually did a setup to fool the opponent, and then, wham, I got them, right? Or I made them miss, and then, boom, giant punish. That's the kind of fighting game gameplay I enjoy. I don't like mindless safe rushdown, which is what the vast majority of the top tier Street Fighter 6 is. The one exception to that, I take that back, there's 2 exceptions. JP and Guile. Both JP and Guile are unique in this regard because they have great distance projectile games, right? And high combo ability in certain situations, okay? So, oh, my nose. So, in regards to that, I probably would not want to play Jury. I probably would not want that. I probably would not want got Ken. I probably wouldn't want to pick Cammy, DJ. You know, I don't like that in-your-face guessing game bullshit. Okay? I would probably prefer JP or Guile. Now, from what I've seen of Guile in this game, I'm not convinced I would like him either. He doesn't seem too fun. He just seems like you have a couple quick things you can do. Like, you could do Drive Rush, Bazooka Knee, or Drive Rush, what's the other one that everyone does? Overhead. And then after that, you have options. Like, options select after you Drive Rush. And if it hits, great. If not, literally run away like a pussy and throws fucking Sonic Booms the whole game. And guess what? That works online. And that's sad because probably offline, it's not nearly as effective. But online, you can't even react to a Sonic Boom from almost full screen. This was happening last night. I'm fighting a Guile. I'm literally just standing still, waiting for the Sonic Boom. The Sonic Boom comes out, and I go back. It hits me. What the fuck? I can't even recognize a full-screen Sonic Boom and block on reaction with this game online? That is fucking awful. That is really bad gameplay. I guarantee you offline, you can probably do it. But online, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. So this is essentially another situation like, do you remember Injustice 2? In Injustice 2, there were a couple characters, all right, that were based on just zoning in range, spamming projectiles. Now, there were characters based around getting around that. The problem was online, you couldn't get them to move fast enough because of the delay. So you'd see the projectile, you'd do the move to teleport behind, get stuff. The game was designed around this character counterplaying projectiles, but you can't do it online. And to say that I can't even block, I'm not even trying to do a move to blow through the Sonic Boom. I'm just trying to block the Sonic Boom, and I can't block it. That's insanity. Just in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, a lot of gameplay is based on being able to just parry stuff. So you can walk forward with certain characters, and if they try to attack you, parry on reaction. Just parry it right on reaction. That's the core gameplay element of Third Strike. You literally should be able to do that in Street Fighter 6, and you can't. If you walk forward, you try to parry on reaction, you smack. So, literally, Guile Online is so crazy powerful compared to how Guile should be because the netcode doesn't let you block or parry on reaction properly. So, It's kind of, I would say it's not as bad with JP. With JP, unless you're in a certain situation with certain characters, Zangief. For the most part, what I've seen against JP, there's ways around shit. Like, once you know exactly what JP's going to do, or you expect what he's going to do, you can basically kind of get around or bully your way through the JP projectile walls that he creates. But at the same time, I think a good JP can likely keep you away almost indefinitely. So I would say, out of all the top tier characters, right, I think the one that maybe you respect the most would be JP. At the same time, JP is a button masher. And what I mean by that is that character has two moves. I forget, it's definitely low jab. But then I forget what the other one is. I don't know if it's medium or fierce. But one of his other standing attacks just has such insane fucking priority that most people can't fight him mid-screen. They know they can't. Anything gets stuffed by that one normal he does. So it's like, again, another character. Why is he top tier? Because his fucking moves have such insane priority for no good fucking reason. You could just jab, 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 jab. Oh, look, free combo. What the fuck? All you did was mash jab. It drives me nuts because the idea of mashing jab being so good originated with a game that everyone hated. The game was called Capcom vs. SNK 1. The original CVS game, the entire game was dominated by light kick and jab. For some reason, those moves were the fastest in the game, and they beat everything. They would stuff supers. They would stuff heavies. They would stuff, get this, you could do jumping jab or jumping light kick. It would stuff a fucking Shoryuken. You couldn't anti-air someone in that game. So the entire game was jab, 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 move. Jab, 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 super. What the fuck is this game? The entire game. And it ruined the game. The game was literally awful. And after maybe just a few months of it being in competitive scenes, it started to get panned by the Street Fighter community. That's why Capcom vs. SNK 2 actually got rushed out within like a year and a half later. And that game was dramatically better and fixed the mashing jab problem. But why on earth only certain characters in Street Fighter 6 have the overpowered lights? I have no idea. But it's the top tiers. The top tiers can walk up, jab, 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 jab. It's brainless. And it dominates. It's stupid. So, again, why don't I like the top tiers in Street Fighter 6? 4 out of the 6 characters play exactly the same with rushdown guessing games that I don't like. Guile I might like, but Guile is just completely unfair online because literally nobody can fucking block. No one can block the Sonic Boom, so you get away with wins just by spamming fucking Sonic Boom. And JP is a jab masher. So it's like, do I want to play with any of those styles? No, not really. Not really at all. Like, I actually find that incredibly annoying. You know, I don't really want to be a part of that. Perhaps, again, with this update, this balance update that they're going to do, maybe that will fix some of that. I don't know. I would hope so. Because right now, I just don't feel like the top tiers are characters I would want to play with. None of that, like, out of all the top tiers, I would say Guile and JP would be more my style. But not when I win matches just because Sonic Booms can't be blocked online. And I win matches because I mash jab through everything. I don't want to play like that. That would actually take away my enjoyment. Like, when I win matches with the characters I'm using now, I kind of feel like, wow, I'm fulfilled because I know that was kind of a more challenging fight. It was honest. It was honest wins where I actually outplayed the opponent. 9 times out of 10 when I'm losing to these fucking button mashers, they're not honest wins. It was the flowchart that beat me. It was the balance of the game and the netcode that beat me. It wasn't the person on the other end of the internet that beat me. It was all the other factors combined, and the fact that the game, I'm using a low tier character that half my shit drops anyway. That's what beats me, and that's what drives me nuts. Again, losing to that Master Minot, that Minot spanked me. And I was like, dude, I want to play that Minot 10 more times to see if I can learn how to fight a good Minot, because I've never really fought a good Minot. I've never even seen those tactics she was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to fight and learn. I don't want to fight the fucking idiot who just plays the flowchart and you just can't beat it because the game's unbalanced, you know? I don't also want to be the flowchart. I would get no satisfaction out of being the flowchart. Like back in the day, and, you know, again, going back to the arcade days, Street Fighter 3 comes out. And it's discovered that in the first 2 versions of Street Fighter 3, Ibuki is endlessly broken. She has infinite combo. She's wide damage, re-juggle dizzies and everything. I refuse to play her. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's easy mode shit. And it's fucking not hard to do at all. I don't want to play like that. I actually want to challenge where I feel like I've earned my wins. In Marvel vs. Capcom 1, hands down, the best character is Strider Hiryu. Because he has a hit string he can do. It's like 5-6 hits. It builds a super meter. He activates super. It's a ring of armor that makes him unhittable. Or if he hits, you can't combo him because the armor hits you. And after this is going, he can do the same string of moves and regain a super and do it again. Literally, when Strider Hiryu gets one super, he can win the entire game. He's by far the cheapest character in the game. Super powered, overpowered. I don't use him. I don't want to pick the character that's the easy fucking win. I don't. At least in a game like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, even if I'm picking Balrog or Vega, there's ways to soundly beat those characters. They have counter picks or whatever, right? I don't like the idea that I have to just pick the top tier, most overpowered character to get a win in a fighting game, because then I feel no satisfaction getting the win. It's the game that earned the win, not me. Just because I learned a pattern and went boop, 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 pressing buttons, doing the pattern, and I don't have to think doing it, that's not a win. You didn't even intelligently use your brain to fucking play the game. And that's what a lot of the players of Street Fighter 6 do. It's fucking sad. Why, if they ever try to play anyone intelligent, they get spanked. How do these people get to master, and then as soon as they get to master, they go plummeting down into the 1300s of points because they can't get a single win in master because all they did was learn a pattern. I don't need to prove that there's a top tier in Street Fighter 6. If you want to see the evidence, go look at Capcom Cup results, where there were like, I keep forgetting Luke, by the way. Luke absolutely is a brain dead top tier character in this game. I just always forget about him. No, but Luke, there was like 7 or 8 Lukes. There was like 5 or 6 Kens. There was a ton of Jury. It's the top tiers. Literally the established top tiers that all play the same was the dominant class at Capcom Cup. Why? Because that's the brainless shit. That's the fucking ad nauseum, play the pattern the best, you win. That's the game right now. Will it change? I hope. The thing is, at least in this game, there is variety of gameplay. In Street Fighter V, there wasn't even variety of gameplay. Everyone just had a similar pattern that they played. It didn't even matter what style of character they were supposed to be. They all were like that. Like, every character in Street Fighter V was played with a pattern. And that's why the game sucked. In Street Fighter 6, some of the top tier are pattern characters, and then you have other characters that are different. And at least there you can play and have variety in the gameplay and enjoy the game as a more old school fighter if you wish to play it that way. But man, is it a ridiculously difficult, arduous task to play it like that. It's like, unless you succumb to one of these fucking patterns, you're just going to get spanked nonstop. And that's sad. I hope that changes.
I got the drip going. 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 I got the drip going.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.